I have the executive director of SWAIA, Jamie Schulze, and she's going to just give us a little breakdown. We're here for Indian Market. This is the very first day all the artists are dropping off their material, and we're getting really excited because this weekend is when all the festivities happen. Tell me a little bit what's going on.
Yeah, so today we ended receiving. We're having a celebration for the artists. So this is a press and artist party. We're super excited. Today went really well. We have some amazing pieces that have been submitted. So you'll get to see those in the next couple of days. And then we will have our grand Best of Show winner here on Friday morning. So we're excited and hopefully you get to join us.
And I'm going to be there to show and look and see who gets the Best of Show. I'm very excited about that. Thank you for taking just a few seconds.
Absolutely.
I know how busy you are,
Not
but
a
we
problem.
really appreciate you.
Well, I appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thank you so
We
much,
enjoy
Mark.
it. Thank you.
All right.
So I've got one of my favorite silversmiths, Tim Yazzie, and I did a great podcast with Tim too. You can listen on the Art Dealer Diaries and hear it. But Tim has now moved down to Albuquerque. He's San Felipe. And tell us what you got for the show, man.
Oh man, I got a bunch of really nice stuff. Actually, I had a gallbladder surgery about 2 weeks ago, so I'm kind of limited on myself. But I still have some really high quality bracelets, pendants. I entered some beads this year.
Yeah.
In the show.
Like silver beads?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oh my God, you need to come see those before somebody's out pricing.
They'll be gone by the time I get there. I have no doubt. Yeah, he does great channel work. He does overlay. He does what else? Tell him.
Just everything, anything I can think of. When I get these things going, there's no telling where it's going to end up. So yeah.
I have his jewelry in my gallery. I love his work. Come down to Indian Market and
I'm so
check
glad
it out.
I met this guy because not only for one thing he's funny as you know what, but you know I just enjoy his company. He's good people. If you guys want to come and see him in Tucson, it's the Medicine Man Gallery, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Come on down.
Or Mark Sublette, either way. You call it.
Yeah.
And so if you catch this, here's his booth number. Give him out. Here he's going to show it. That's on San Francisco Street. And that's 311?
311.
Yeah, Tim Yazzie.
Right in the middle of the at the plaza just right off the plaza.
Yeah. Now show his lovely wife.
Yeah, this is
Yay!
the whole reason I'm here.
So I have JT here, who's a very interesting guy. Not only is he an artist, and he'll be in a booth number. What is it?
Plaza 62.
You'll need to know that. But also, he's the CEO?
Yeah, I'm the CEO.
Of the Navajo Arts and Crafts Guild.
Yeah.
Which you'll also see this early 1941, right?
Correct.
But it's still alive, it's still tradition. And tell us a little bit.
Yeah, we've been around since 1941. We transitioned throughout the decades. What we do now is we connect back to a lot of the grassroots artisans that we work with. We specialize in a lot of old style jewelry that we started the guild from.
Yeah.
So we stick to that. Although we cherish the contemporary work that a lot of our artisans are doing now, but we try to hold true to the original heavy stamping, heavy repoussé, tufa casting work that we do. Yeah.
And you got any jewelry you want to show us?
Oh,
you have on? There you go.
This is Julian Chavez. He's one of our artists that we work with too. And this guy, that's me. That's my work actually. So
nice. Very good.
This is my work here. Yeah.
And I also wear stuff too. Wait, I got Kenneth Begay on, the master, one of the master guys.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anything else you want to say? Tell us.
Well, just come and visit us. Come see us. We're located on the reservation. We're also online at gonavajo.com.
There you go. Gonavajo.com. How about a website for you?
jtwillie.com.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. You can see him at the Indian Market. Go support Native Arts. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you too. Thank you very much.
All right. So I've got Dene artist Raynard Scott here, who, by the way, won Best of Show at the Herd this year, right?
That's right. Yes.
So this is what you look like when you come from dropping all your material, kind of the last, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30 minutes before the doors lock. Yeah. Indian time. Yeah, we're all on Indian time out here.
But he got it in. The line behind us is for food, and he was really running because he hasn't had to get to his hotel. But tell us just a little bit about what maybe you'll show that we'll see at Indian Market.
Well, I have a piece, I call it Dinetopoly.
I love that.
It's a game board inspired by Monopoly, but with Navajo landmarks, historical figures, Navajo culture, language. yeah, a really fun project. So that's going to be one of the pieces that we'll be looking at this weekend.
Wow.
And
So cool.
I'll have a few other pieces, the concha belt and bracelets and such, you know, the usual gamut. You know, so.
Tell me the title of the jewelry piece again.
Dinetopoli. So in Navajo, we call our homeland Dineta.
Yeah.
So I just went ahead and added poly to that, Dinetopoli.
I got it.
You know, so, right.
And
So-
now the most important thing, tell them the booth and the booth number.
Oh yes, the booth, Lincoln East 721, just north of the plaza. So come by, bring your checkbooks, your happy smiles, and maybe share a laugh or two. You know.
I'm here with sisters and weavers, Barbara and Lynda. Tell us a little bit about what you've got going on at Indian Market.
This is my 39th year I've been here, and we brought our weavings here, and we're selling it directly to with collectors, and we had a pretty successful market. Yeah.
And she also won Best of Show with her other sister.
Yeah.
What year was that?
1987.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People still talk about that weaving. And tell us what you got going. You're working with Coach and Hill Dyes.
Yes, so I joined later. I think this was my 23rd or 24th year at Indian Market, and we've always been Sugar Hill weavers. And probably about 10 or 12 years ago, I started a new journey to using plant dyes. And I started using natural dried extracts. And last year, I did a trip with Barbara to Oaxaca, and she's part of the Honoring Traditions program out of Arizona State Museum. And I did some programming for the Textile Museum, and they paid me in 2.5 kilos of cochineal and 2.5 kilos of indigo. So my weavings this weekend has all been about color.
The two of the really great weavers. How do they find you guys?
Our website is www.NavajoRugWeavers. Make sure that S is there. Yeah. .com.
So you can find them there. They're great. They do some of the finest weavings in the entire show. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome.
All right.
Mattel did Dolls of the World in 1997,
Yes.
and Navajo Barbie was one of them. And she was dressed in like a really awful calico skirt,
Right.
and a really flimsy velvet and the plastic jewelry, and I kept looking at her like she needs to be honored,
Right.
you know, like a real Navajo.
Right.
So I wove 2 panels of a dress, and then I wove her manta, and I did her moccasins,
Oh, wow.
and then I did her hair. Her hair was tied with twisty ties.
Yes.
So I took that off and put a hair tie.
Yes.
And then I got baby jewelry, and then I restrung them and made them real small for her to wear. And then these silver buttons are from my grandma's blouse.
Yes.
Yeah, that I put together and stuff. But I wanted just to honor her and dress her, you know, like how she should look.
Yes.
And I made 3 of them, and I called them the 3 sisters.
Yes.
And then I gave one to my daughter.
Yes.
I gave one to my sister Lynda, and then this one's mine.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, that's the most valuable Barbie that exists.
Yeah.
This is really early, right? Okay, so this is Friday. Tomorrow is actually the show. But Bojo, being a perfectionist, you'll see this in his jewelry, folks, is already getting ready and prepared. He's at booth Lincoln West 757's the booth number. Tell us, what do you got for people?
Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Showed up a little early today to get things rolling. I'll be displaying tomorrow 7 featured items of my latest work, and I'm excited for it because I have a lot of kind of a wider selection of necklaces, earrings, rings, stones, and so I'm really excited to show everything new that I've got.
And it's hard to get his stuff, I'll just tell you that. He shows with Claggett Ray, they had a show, they sold most out. And so if you really want to get it, you better show up to Indian Market because it'll probably all go.
Thank you.
You bet, Bo.
Yep.
Thank you. So I have Lonnie Vigil here. I actually have his pots in my own collection. He's an amazing master potter. He works micaceous, and he's got a big show. One of his big major pots is in the Metropolitan Museum of Art right now and grounded in clay. So tell us a little bit about what we have today. Okay, I have a number of pieces here today, and this one particular piece is an experiment in a way. I've used a Japanese technique called kintsugi, and it's there was a hairline surface on the pottery, and so I had it professionally repaired, and the same person who does that does the kintsugi. So he filled it with 23 karat gold, and I think they work so well together.
So did it have a crack originally that you didn't expect?
That I didn't expect, that I only saw after the firing. So I had put it aside for 2-3 years, and then I had been debating this process for quite a while. And then I said, I'll try it, and I love the way it came out.
It's fantastic. So this pot really did talk to you in this case.
It did. It just it just felt like this is the right piece. And actually, when it was done, it was during a new moon. So this is the crescent moon, actually.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic. Well, this is Lonnie Vigil. You can find his work not only in Indian Market. Is there a way they can get a hold of you as well on your website?
I don't have a website. I only have a phone number, if that's permissible, but I don't know if it's a good idea to have it on the...
Probably not.
Yeah.
But if you want to, there's something you want of his, let me know and I'll make sure Lonnie gets it.
Okay, that sounds good. I'd like to also...
Oh yeah, show this.
hold
This is his
piece.
classic shape.
This is a classic. I love this piece.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's great. Thank you, Lonnie.
You're very welcome, and thank you. Gosh.
Yeah, I have I have Carina King here on. One of the most interesting things about it is not only her beautiful glass, which she's going to tell you a little bit about, which she used these basket designs, but this is her family's basket. Now, you hear me all the time give you tips and tell you things about basketry. Well, let's get it from the source. This basket is over 100 years old, and just tell us a little bit about it.
So my basket cap is a Karuk-made basket cap. The pattern on her is called Grizzly Paw, and so you can kind of see the ridges of the claws. And she comes from a grizzly woman story. And so a grizzly woman is a very strong protector of family. So she is over 100 years old. Traditionally, we wear our caps during ceremonies and during events. And it's the women who wear the basket caps. Our men's regalia is a little bit different, but multiple tribes up in Northern California and throughout California have basket caps that are similar to her. So, like I say, she's very old, but we do have modern basket weavers also. And to collect the materials is over a year of gathering the materials. You have to be able to gather at different points in the year. The black that is on her comes from a fern, and it's called the five-fingered fern. You can only gather it during certain times when it's black. The other times of the year it's red. So it's, like I say, over a year of just gathering before you can even sit down and weave the baskets.
And you also have this little ridge that runs up the top, and that's what tells you it's Kurok, right?
Yep, so she has a very special feature, and so that ridge is using texture within the outside of the cap. And so Karuk, we're very much known for doing that ridge. So Karuk is a tribe next to mine, which is Yurok and Hoopa.
She's got a beautiful hat on that's antique, which we talked about, but I want to talk about her glass. Tell us what you're doing with these basket designs.
So what I have done is I'm using traditional basket designs in my glass. And so each of these designs come from my tribe, Hoopa and Yurok, and the designs have names and stories to them. So the designs are ancient, but the glass is not an ancient material. So like this design is called Stairway to Heaven. You can kind of see the stairway of it. This design, it's a little bit hard to see the transparency, but it's called the Flying Goose design. So when they migrate in a V pattern, so that's the Flying Goose design. This blue bowl is called a sturgeon back basket design. So our sturgeon fish have patterns in their scales. And then this design is called a frog hand basket design. And frogs for us are very good medicine animals. They sing at the river, and we are river and salmon people. So where the frog sings, that's where the water and the food is.
There you go, where the frog sings, that's it. And you can also find her at CaliforniaNativeGlass.com if you would like to order any of these pieces or get in contact. I have Edison Cummings here. He's one of my favorite artists. You look at it and you just know it's his, right? He's known for this kind of work, which is the silver work, this fantastic inlay and different unique stones, high-end stones, right?
Yes, mostly Bisbee and coral.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about your artwork.
Well, a lot of it's contemporary with a little bit of traditionals here, and simple is always the way to go. So that's what I have. As you can see, a lot of lines and simple,
And if people want to find you besides Indian Market, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, I have Instagram and I don't have Facebook, but I have my phone number and everything, so that's how you can get a hold of me.
Instagram basically, right?
Yes, Instagram basically, yeah.
He's a really well-known silversmith, one of the best actually. So check out his Instagram account, and also just if you get to Indian Market, he's always at the same booth, booth number 207 on Palace South. Come see him, Edison. Thank you. I've got Ronni-leigh here, and she makes the most beautiful baskets. I can tell you, it was a dead stop when I went by her booth and go, oh my God, look at that. And she's Onondaga, and she's going to tell us a little bit about the baskets and about yourself.
Okay, yeah. Hi, I'm Ronni-leigh. I'm Onondaga. I'm Haudenosaunee from the Onondaga Nation. I do the baskets. I collaborate with Stonehorse Goeman, who's Tonawanda Seneca, who does the sculpture. The baskets. These baskets are black ash, made right from the tree. They're hand pounded, hand splint, moose hair tufting, and sculpted tops or sculpted bases. They're all based on Haudenosaunee stories and tradition.
So if they want to find them, besides the booth, where else can they find you? Have a website or a way to get you?
Well, no more website right now. It got hacked into, so I have to create a new one. But if you need to find me, it's Ronni-leigh Goeman, and you can find me.
And if you can't, I'll find her. Contact me, and I'll get a hold of her.
Okay.
But the baskets are tremendous, and thank you for taking the time.
Sure.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a great Indian Market. I have Marla Allison on. She's from Laguna Pueblo, and I've actually had her on my Art Dealer Diaries, and you can look it up, what episode. It was really great to have you on that one, but this is so fun to get to see you here and your work, and look at all the work that you have. So tell us a little bit about what you're excited about, what you have, and all that.
Thank you. Yes, my name is Marla Allison. I'm from Laguna Pueblo. I now live in California. I have a lot of artwork that's mostly acrylic on paint, on canvas, with some gold leafing, silver leafing, influence of pottery design, but also starting to move towards an abstract style that is really inspiring from my move to California, but also keeping the roots of Laguna history with the pottery design that is an undeniable importance in my work. And so I try to keep that included, and thankfully it's being taken really well. Also, I have a new clothing cycling line that's now debuting at Mello Velo here in Santa Fe.
Nice.
These are some socks as part of some of the outfits, but there's full cycling gear that I'm a cycling enthusiast thanks to my boyfriend and his son, who are very into it. And yeah, you can find me here in the Santa Fe Indian Market on Instagram. Marla Allison website is marlaallison.com. I'm very easy to find. And yeah, I'm very glad to be a part of these diaries and Instagram feeds. Thank you.
And she's also done, she won't tell you, but she's just been in some major museum shows. Tucson Museum of Art had a show with her piece in it. Mayak here in Santa Fe has a wonderful piece in it. So do come by, or just check out her website, because
right behind me, the New Mexico History Museum, they have a big painting of mine in there as well.
Yeah.
I just got back from Budapest, where I did a group show, co-curated the show with a mix of varying artists, amazing native artists, and a solo show in Bristol, England. Gosh.
She's one to watch,
Very
folks.
exciting.
Marla Allison. Make note. Thanks,
Thank
Marla.
you.
All right. So I have Victoria Adams here,
Hello.
who is world-renowned silversmith, jeweler, artist, designer. In fact, she got a Best of Division 4 2D, right? Yeah, which was the sculpture she did. It's so big, she couldn't really put it here, but if they're interested, can they?
It's there's a photograph of it on SWAIA's website.
There you go.
And it's called Sundance on Muddy Creek.
There you go. So you can find it if you're interested, and you should at least go see it. But tell us a little bit about what you have in your jewelry.
Okay, so this is
look at that.
This is a style that people are familiar with.
Yes.
And I do a lot of insects. I call them bugs. And this one is a moth. And it has the black and white stone is fossilized palm wood from Louisiana, and it has spinel here and a banded agate, and the face is Tahitian pearl. The body is with black and white diamonds.
Wow.
And this Tahitian pearl and agate and hematite and 18 karat gold and sterling silver. And it's all hand constructed. There's nothing cast on it. So it's all hand constructed.
And so if somebody's not here at market, can they find, you have a...
I do have a website.
Yeah, what's your website?
It's victoriaadamsjewelry.com.
There you go. Should definitely go check it out. Yeah, tell me.
Besides doing jewelry,
yes.
I also
let's
do
look at this.
evening bags.
Yeah.
How many Indian artists do you know make alligator bags?
No, with an alligator on it. I know my wife loves these.
So it's, I do all the hardware.
Wow.
All the hardware is in sterling. Has a little alligator skin.
And how many purses do you make a year? Do you know?
Probably maybe 6.
Yeah,
not
so
not
hard
a
to
lot.
get.
Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I work in gold,
Yes.
and unusual stones.
Oh, yeah.
These are Agua Nueva agate. It's an agate, comes from Mexico, and the color is really unusual, the lavender color.
Yeah, those are fantastic.
And then Sleeping Beauty turquoise. I cut many of my own stones, but I like to have better people cut my stones,
Yes.
better than I am.
Well, you have some of the highest quality jewelry we're going to
Thank
see
you
at
very
this
much.
entire show.
Thank you.
Go check out our website. We're going to have her on the Art Dealer Diaries really soon, I hope.
So too.
So, Victoria Adams, thank you.
Very much.
My work is kind of a little bit more of on the contemporary side of Hopi jewelry. It's not, there's still that reflection of the traditional Hopi style, but a little bit of more of a contemporary flair to it, using multicolor stones and just the shapes and different styles of work in my work. So it's just something that's a little new for what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And it's been well accepted by a lot of people. They really liked it, so which is really nice.
And he wins ribbons too. That one's already sold, but you can kind of get a sense. Look at that. I mean, that's unbelievable, right? Yeah, that's contemporary Hopi at its best.
Yeah.
Roy Talahaftewa, one of my favorite artists of all times.
Thank you
Roy.
very much.
All right. I have Jennifer Tafoya here, who won Best of Show. When you see this kind of ribbons and you see this kind of sign in front, Best of Show, you never see that. That's so hard to get. There's like so many people. There's like 1,000 competitors here, 200 tribes, and you won it all. What do you think? I know it's hard, but what?
What do I think? I am still in shock.
Are you?
Yes.
I mean, you've never thought in the world you'd ever get that?
No, not at all.
Even though you are a great potter and you come from a lineage of great potters, maybe you want to tell us who your parents and grandparents were.
My parents are Ray and Emily Tafoya.
Yes, I know them.
Yeah. My grandparents didn't really do pottery. It's more like my great grandmother was Savera Tafoya.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
I've had Savera Tafoya's pieces.
Yeah.
So she comes from this great lineage. And then tell us a little bit about your pots, if you would.
Okay, so I have collaborative pieces from myself and Chris Youngblood. So that would be these 3 pieces here. And this is one of my own. So I do etching, and that is what, my thing. Chris does the deep carve. So with the collaborative, we try to do, it's a little bit of what we both do. So like on this ones, I do the color. So these are painted, polished, obviously before the firing.
Right.
This is painted after the firing. So the pot would be completely polished before I decide to etch on it.
So you completely polish it, then you start the etching, and then you color it afterwards, right?
Yeah. So this is my tool right here.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah.
Super sharp. And if you look at this pot, which is incredible, by the way, I went ahead and bought that because I'm not a dum-dum. When I see something like that, fantastic, and she's best of show, I want that in my own collection. So I'm thrilled. I happen to get it. Unusual that it would even be here, and it's still early, but everything else will sell today because when you have best of show, it's the thing. And tell me just a little bit about the story on this pot.
Okay, so I had also a difficult time choosing what design I wanted to put on it. And how I choose my designs is I have a China marker, and it's like a wax pencil. And I'll sketch on the outside. And what I like about it is that if I mess up, I can just wipe it off, and there's no, mark on the finish. So as I sketch it on, and if I like it, then I'll take my tool, the sharp tool that I have, and I'll actually slowly but make sure that I want my lines exactly where I want them, because it's like a tattoo. If you mess up, you don't want to mess up.
If you mess up, you're done?
You're done. Yeah, and it's like near impossible to fix it.
Yeah. She's a master. I'm very thrilled to have gotten to get one of her pieces, as well as support the best of show award, which she got. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
You're terrific, and thank you so much for taking the time. Charles, just look around and see all the people that are all waiting in line to see Jennifer. I'm taking too much of her time, and we'll let her go. But congratulations.
Thank you.
You're so deserving. And your speech was wonderful. I loved it. It brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah, I was just, I didn't even know what to say, honestly. I didn't know what to say. I didn't even think anything was going to happen. I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm getting the Best of Classification award, woo, I'm happy about that. But to get this big one, I'm just like,
that's so fantastic.
Yeah.
I would like to go ahead and announce 2023, the 101st Best of Show is going to go to Jennifer Tafoya.
Never in my entire life would I have ever thought this would happen. Even though I didn't get a chance to explain my piece earlier, but I did title the piece Caught by Surprise, and I definitely I'm very thankful. I'm extremely thankful. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.